OpinionHated podcast, baby. We are back. I told you I don't know what episode I'm on, man. I'll let you know when we get to episode 10. But I am in the building today with none other than one of the hardest beat makers in the Tidewater area, man. Like, if you like that hard, fuck your neck up shit, listen, man. J motherfucking Clyde, man.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
What's going on with you,
What's up,
brother?
man?
Listen, I just found out his name actually stands for across the water. Like, I thought his name was like...
Clyde Morris?
Yeah, the Boulevard.
Yeah, man.
Got it.
The Newport News dudes rep hard, man. You got Jclyde,
hard.
Merk and Jeff,
Merk and
like,
Jeff.
you know what I mean? These guys rep a
Shout
little
out
harder
to
than
them,
everybody
man.
else, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, man, we finally get into it, baby. You know what I mean? Finally get into it,
Hey,
man.
You got West Kent's finest all the way out in Green Run, man.
West Gates?
West Kent.
West Gent,
Yeah,
gosh
man.
almighty, he out here in the motherfucking run, baby. Oh, man, listen, man. Let's get right to it, man.
Yeah.
How long you been producing, Clyde?
I started making beats, I believe, it's been so long I can't exactly pinpoint it, but I think it was like 02.
Okay.
When I
So you got like 15 years in, like you.
Yeah, it's been a while.
You
Yeah,
put some work in.
yeah. I've been at it for a good while.
And you're originally from the town, correct?
Yeah, so I was born in Newport News.
Okay.
I was actually born on Clyde Morris Boulevard.
Oh,
at
wow.
Riverside.
That's the hospital? Okay.
Yeah. So, and then I moved to Norfolk when I was like 2 or 3.
Okay, so you went to school in Norfolk.
Yeah, Maury, man.
Oh man,
Maury
well
all
how the
day.
fuck you end up picking Jclyde as the goddamn? You know what I mean?
Well, I can
Like-
tell you. So, it kind of came time where I needed to just pick a name.
Okay.
I didn't have. I was just my CDs used to say like Beats by Kelly.
Right.
My first name. So I kind of had to come up with something, and I was going to my grandparents' house one day in the car, and we're stopped at the light, and there's Clyde Morris Boulevard. I was like, oh, okay. It's like
Just that
representing the
simple?
area.
Just that simple, huh?
It's plausible for a white guy. And it
Yeah,
sounds
like
cool.
no, listen, like
I
listen.
thought that was your name.
You're right.
I thought it was his name too. Like I was like, I was like, he could be a Clyde. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
definitely.
I was actually gonna be Machine Gun Kelly at one point, but I was like, no, I can't.
But that would.
Somebody came and did it.
But you
No,
would've
it
been-
wasn't that. It was just that I was like, dude, I'm a kid from West Ghent. I'm not gonna be like some gangster.
Yo, listen,
Yeah.
I've like, I don't know that I've ever heard West Ghent in my life. Like,
I mean, I'm a Norfolk cat, so
I know, but you know, it's Ghent, and then it's like when you say West Ghent, you're specifically.
Yeah. Hey, we
talking
got
about-
our own sign. We got our own sign.
Is West Ghent where the YMCA at?
No, that's like Freemason.
Yeah, no, West
downtown.
Kent is a little bit more money.
Yeah.
So West Ghent is like directly where Maury is.
No, that's like regular Ghent. Like
Regular Kent.
yeah. And
Oh
then-
shit! Oh, we hold on. We talking. Hold on. We.
more money.
It's a little bit more.
like
It's a little different.
Ghent is more like younger people, younger families,
Right.
and West Ghent, which is on the other side of Hampton Boulevard, is
Oh,
yeah, it's like a
Oh,
little
so you
older.
like that? Like Kelly's making this hip hop music type
it
of
was-
thing. Yeah, like yeah. I mean, if it was a little more money, like I'm thinking in this West Ghent, it was different. It was well, you were a little older at that time though. Well, you were past your teens.
Oh well, I was living there since like I was like 2 or 3.
No, I mean, but when you started making music.
Oh yeah. I was like 19, 18,
Okay,
19.
okay, for sure.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you're special.
I live in regular Ghent now.
You're regular Ghent.
Yeah, I don't
you
have
you
that-
done
I don't have that
downgraded
money.
a
I
little
don't
bit.
have that money. I don't
Gosh
have that
almighty, just regular Ghent. Gosh almighty. Oh man. So your preference of choice, you're an MPC guy.
Yeah.
Why the MPC?
Okay. Well, I didn't start on the MPC. I started on the first version of Fruity Loops
Oh, okay.
because a guy that I went to school with, who actually I don't know if you ever heard of Little Internet. He used to-
Intellect?
Little Internet. Little
Oh no. He made beats.
He used to.
Okay.
He was a producer for a long time, DJ, and now he directs videos. He's like directs videos for like Skrillex,
Okay.
all the like huge DJ dudes.
Right.
Did a Beyonce video.
Oh, okay. He from the town?
Yeah, he's from here. I went to school with him. He was one of my good friends in like high school,
Oh wow.
and yeah, he's up out of here. He lives in Germany now. Like,
Oh wow.
he's
Yeah.
getting
that's-
calls from Diddy
You
and
said Skrillex, so I was like,
Yeah. When he said Skrillex, it was already like.
I mean
okay,
Skrillex,
you know what I'm saying?
Diplo, like all that. Like when Diplo was here for Shagfest.
He does music videos.
Yeah.
That's like
like when Diplo was here for Shaq Fest, he was like hanging out with this dude and his mom.
Nah, this is bugged out. Like, shout out to Scott Hansen, because I always thought, I mean, Show Me has definitely came up, but I always viewed Scott as like the guy, like when you talk about the town. But you're telling me about another guy that's like, you know what I'm saying, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, he just did something for Oliver Stone on his last movie.
Gosh almighty.
Yeah. So anyway, this guy, we went to school together. We used to DJ together.
He went to Maury.
Yeah, he went to
He's
Maury.
from West Ghent.
Actually, he's not from West Ghent, but
You can't say Lamb's Point and nothing like that.
yeah, he did go to what's the school? He did go to Williams School, so yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck that is. Is that a private school?
Yeah, it's private school in Norfolk. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, so we were DJing together. We
Right.
were making mixtapes together.
Okay.
And all this, and because I used to like, I didn't like rap like fully, but like just like freestyle and stuff.
Oh, you used to rap?
Yeah. So that's
okay,
so this is how like we came to start making music, and he was like, hey, like I'm starting to make beats. So if you want to just come over and just mess around. So,
Right.
So then like a couple of years passed, and like we both went off to college, and I kind of got tired of like DJing at the time, because I wanted to be on the radio. Like I wanted to do like Law was like one of my heroes, like DJ B. And
I heard about that because I heard you got tied into that squad over there. Like we're gonna get into that.
Yeah, for sure. So I wanted to like get on the radio, but then I kind of figured out like that's pretty hard to do. You kind of have to know the right people and be in line for it.
Right.
It's not like you can just like apply for a job to DJ on the radio and stuff.
No, for sure.
So anyway, like I just figured like, all right, well, I don't want to be doing this forever, so let's try this production thing. And so I hit up my man, and I was
wanted to be a personality.
I didn't know, like I wanted to be a DJ. Like
a DJ. Okay.
I wanted to have like a mix show on the air.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Like
you
stretching
can
my
cut?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm still like pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't DJ out like hardly ever, because I don't want to play what's on the radio for like 4 hours.
Right.
Not
you
for
get you a little slot on Fresh Radio or something.
Yeah, well, maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, shout out to DJB.
Yeah, DJB. Yeah, man. So I asked him, hey, what was that program you were using to make all those beats? And he started telling me about Fruity Loops and this program called Acid. So this is like 2002.
Yeah, that's early on Acid.
Yeah, and Fruity Loops. It was the first version. So he had like a pirated version, gave it to me on a CD.
And I started version. What do you mean, like the crack? He had the crack.
Yeah.
Gosh almighty. Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Yeah, and so I started running with it, and then I made beats on there for like maybe like 9 months or a year. And by that time, I decided like, okay, this is my lane. Like this is what I want to do.
Right.
So then after that, I made the commitment. Okay, of like, I had to convince my dad to
make an investment.
No. I had to convince my dad to let me like spend part of my scholarship money on. I got a full scholarship.
Listen, you had a full scholarship.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they gave me, because I didn't stay on campus. I stayed at home. So because of that, I had extra money that I could spend on like books or
right.
just walking around.
Okay.
So I had to convince my dad, like, look, I want to buy this MPC.
Holy shit!
He doesn't know anything about.
No, he doesn't.
It still doesn't really.
Right.
It still doesn't really. So
right.
I mean, it was hard enough for me to convince him to like let me spend $300 to get my first turntables.
Yeah.
But he saw how much I loved that and how much time I invested in it and was serious about it.
Right.
So I think he took it more serious when I was like, okay, this thing costs $1,200.
Gosh almighty.
And I really want to buy this thing.
Gosh almighty.
So yeah, we went up to Guitar Center and got it, and I've been rocking out ever since. It just, I don't know. I think the reason I picked it, which was
that's the 3000. You 3000?
No,
2000.
there was a 2000 XL.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think your original question was why the MPC, but during that time, there were these magazines like that you get. It's like Music Factory was one of them. I think, which is a store in New York. It was like almost like Guitar Center had a magazine that they would send out every month. Right. And I used to get it for like the DJ gear. But they also had, MPC, ASR, all the new.
And the 10 was pretty phasing. It was phasing out by then, wasn't it?
Yeah, the ASR 10's a little older. ASR 10 came out in I think 95 maybe.
Right, but they cut it short. Like it didn't get to run long. Like
yeah, but yes. because the ASR-10 was sort of at the end of the line in Sonic's line. So like,
but it was the best.
I don't know if it was the best because I've never used it. But
Oh, so you never used the 10 at all? Well, because
No.
right.
I never used the 10 at all.
Right.
I know
ASR-10 was the
that
best.
It had a hell of
Like,
results in Virginia
Yeah,
for sure.
ASR-10 was the
Yeah.
focal point.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, again, I don't know. It's not the machine. It's the man.
Right.
But the MPC, I knew that Premiere used the MPC, and that's why I wanted to use the MPC.
Primo.
Yeah. So that was kind of like the thing that put it over the top. I was like, all right, I want to get that.
So okay, so boom, you get the MPC, you start rocking out. How long before you were already making beats on Fruity Loops prior to? So I'm sure by the time you got the MPC, you were already semi proficient with what you were doing.
No.
Oh, okay. So you was trash. You was still trash a little bit.
Yeah, this is the thing. So like, you always get asked like advice to like up and coming producers,
Right?
Somebody that's getting started,
Right.
Making beats is just like any other craft. Like the 10,000 hours thing is real, right? Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're a producer, if you're a rapper, if you're a stand-up comedian, if you're
Whatever
a barber,
you're doing, you got to put some time in.
you're gonna be trash for about like 3 years, right? Even though like in the second year you're gonna be making something, and in the heat of the moment you're gonna be like, oh my god, I can't wait to put this out.
Until a week later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then, or you listen to it like 10 years later, you're like, what was I thinking on this?
I was thinking like, yo.
Yeah. So if you're thinking about making beats and you think you really want to do it, just know that unless you're a really special case, you're not going to be that good for 3-4 years.
Right.
And that's just how it is. It takes a long time to like kind of get to where you're consistent. Like you can get lucky. Like I got lucky a bunch of times. And,
Right.
Made something that was legitimately good, but I couldn't then do it like 10 minutes later.
So how did you get tied into the town to where, because like I know you built a relationship with Law because you spoke about that already a second ago, but how did you get that relationship with them?
Yeah, so I've been listening to the Buddha Brothers. I mean, we're about the same age. That was their show. Was
you and the Buddha Brothers the same age?
No. You and I are about the same age, I think.
I might got a couple.
Oh, you probably got a couple years, but
not many.
We're familiar with the radio history,
for sure. Definitely.
So, I mean, they were the pillars of like the hip hop community here. I mean, they were our guys. So, I've been listening to them since I was 8, 9, 10 years old.
Right.
I mean, this is Saturday night.
Yeah, it's Buddha
9,
Brothers.
10 o'clock.
Listen,
dude, I'll be on my tape deck.
Yeah, listen.
Record like
the Buddha Brothers used to do something that was epic for me, man. They used to like bring rappers from the town into the station.
Yeah.
And let them go in. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't happen now. It's never happened since then. And even if people like the vibe that Flex got right now, they were doing that then, and they used to be ill. Like, I remember it was a guy from Lambert's Point that came. I don't even remember his name, but he used to come in that joint. He didn't came in there a few times, and he used to wreck that shit. And I wasn't, I was semi good right back then. Like back then, I was really more of a freestyler. Like I didn't, my writing wasn't that, which is probably why I don't write as much now, because I started out which is why I don't write at all now. But because I started out being so good as a freestyler, that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out to the Buddha Brothers, man. They definitely pivotal in the town. Like,
and also they would let you potentially. They had the promos for their shows.
The intro.
Yeah, the intros, which was like huge. And they were open to. Of course, they had it with their own crew of like
they definitely,
people that were nice. Like shout out to Mac the Menace, who was still one of my favorite rappers. Like,
Big Kev had one.
Big Kev did. Mike Lord had one.
Mike Lord had the ill one.
So Mike Lord is how.
D&B had the illest.
They definitely had the illest beat.
You mean for a promo?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was about to say I'm not sure, but but we'll get into that in a little bit.
So anyway, Mike Lord is the reason I got involved.
Okay.
So
rest in peace, Mike.
Yeah, man. That's my
Lord.
guy, man. So what happened was Law, at some point during his show, he would usually say like, "Hey, if you're a local artist or producer or whatever, and you want me to listen to your music, you can come by the station and just drop it off." So I just I knew that. I had known that forever.
Right.
And I just knew that he was always open to listening to people's music. And so I kind of felt like after maybe like a year, probably like a year, stupid. I thought I was good enough to play my music for people, right?
Okay.
And so I kind of just worked up the courage to I wrote him an email.
Right.
And explained to him hey, listen, this is who I am, super fan of you guys, all this stuff. And he wrote me back hey, yeah, just bring it up to the station. Just put my name on it, put your contact information, and leave it at the front desk. So I was cool. So I did that, and then 3-4 days later, I come home from class, and there's a voicemail from DJ Law, and I'm like, oh shit! You understand? He's one of my heroes.
Right.
He's he's like Funkmaster Flex to me.
No, definitely. Law is listen. Rest in peace to DJ Law, man. There ain't gonna never be another Law, dog. Law is definitely Funkmaster Flex for this time, man. You know what I'm saying? There's no going around.
Well, he actually wasn't. He was a big dog pit bull. He was
yeah. He was that's Law, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the original Law before the weight laws.
You know
what I'm saying? Big Law, you know what I mean? Fat Boy shit. They used to be on that joint. And before I even saw them, they always vouched for the 300 plus guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they had the 250 plus club.
The 250 plus club. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah. But I've been right outside that club. But back then I was the 140 club. So I was man, these some big motherfucking guys up in that joint. And I used to, what's the crazy thing about the Buddha Brothers? I used to really think they was smoking weed in that bitch.
I know.
I used to be home we in that bitch. It was called I forgot what the show was called.
They had the regular show, but then at 9 it was the hood check.
Yeah. Okay, but on the weekend it used to be called something else. Yo, listen, the Buddha Brothers were legendary, dog. You know what I mean?
They put a lot of stamps.
You know how many weed spots that people told me was the Buddha Brothers spot that I used to run to? Yo, there's the Buddha Brothers spot right here. They own the joint. You might catch them in there some nights. They be filming, they be shooting, they be doing their show out of here. Yo, shout out to the Buddha Brothers, man.
Hey,
that's
shout out
crazy.
to Big B too. I ran into him a couple months ago.
Oh yeah, shout out to B. Yeah. B done got low. He was there at the FM or the DMP joint. Oh, I ain't even seen him. Okay. B done got low though.
He's still doing his thing. I mean, he does maybe a day or two a week at 92.1. Yeah.
Man, I didn't even know 92. I know they were supposed to be old school hip hop. Yeah. But I haven't. They were way too old school for me. I wish they'd have went to the other format.
They do though.
Oh no, they update it. They update.
They bounce back and forth.
Yeah. They play everything pretty much.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So it's the 92.1 that it was.
It's not as underground as that, but
okay.
And, it ain't the same feeling.
Right, because that joint,
it's not the same feeling. But
right.
I'm saying you'll hear.
I ain't gotta go in there. I ain't gotta listen to Kwame all day.
No.
Shout out to Kwame. I fuck with Kwame not all day.
I heard Dougie Fresh today, and then I also heard Ludacris. They'll kind of run the spectrum.
Yeah.
Okay, that would have been a bad session.
Yeah.
That would have been a bad.
Yeah.
The Nielsen ratings would have dropped fucking with me. You know what I mean? I ain't sitting through Doug and goddamn Luda. But yes. I'm just saying I can't do Doug and Luda. I fuck with both of them, but we can't do them at the same time. But no, back to motherfucking Mike Lord. Rest in peace to Mike Lord too. He was a problem.
So the reason that I sent this email to him was this was the time when Lord was really bubbling. He had Campaign Buddha was out. That was a big record locally.
Right.
And Home was out too.
Home was out at this time?
Well, Home came a little bit later. Home was the follow up to Campaign.
Listen, Home was the
It's still the anthem. It's still the anthem.
Dog, I'm gonna tell you, on my first album, I did a VA record, and it's crazy because it was called VA Love, and this is probably 99. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in a group at this time.
Okay.
And we got the Capadonna sample. Love is love, love is love. We running that joint inside the hook. When I heard that, because I didn't hear a lot of Virginia records, you know what I'm saying? When I heard that Home record, I was like, yo, like I haven't done a Virginia record since, and I be playing with them now, like yo, like even for the album I'm working, I really want to do a Virginia record, but it's like that Virginia record got to be right because the law and already, you know what I'm saying, and even the clips with it's already been done, but that home record,
Oh man.
Nottz did that record. No, Nottz didn't do that record. I'm tripping. DJ Devastator did that record. I'm tripping all the way. Like
no, IQ did that record. Or what? I think IQ did it.
no, I think that might have been Devastator.
Okay. Well,
I could be wrong.
Is it something we can Google?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know, Grunge can be wrong, man. But you know,
I think it was IQ. But.
I feel
Shouts to that record, man.
that record was so ill, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Like people from I know, because I was around them during that time. Like
I hope I'm not
people
wrong.
from out of town would hear that record and be like, "What is that?"
Listen, that shit was stupid. Like,
Yeah.
you might be right. That might not have been Devastator.
Yeah, I mean, he had the voice of God. Like,
It hit that track so crazy.
his voice was so crazy. Like when we would record him, you have to the engineer because he knew how his voice because he was a pro. So like he had been recording a long time, so he knew like whatever studio he was at. He had to tell the engineer beforehand, look, like on your preamp, you got to take all the bass out of my voice.
Right.
And then put it back in
Right.
once we record it because it would bleed through like the whole.
Right. Gosh almighty.
Yeah, that's. But he was. So I wanted to get my music to him.
Right.
Because he's a local guy. Like, seemed like things were happening. So, so yeah. Then Law like left me a message on my answering machine. It's back when we had answering machines, not
Right.
voicemail.
Text message.
Yeah. And
He was feeling it?
yeah, he was like, yeah, like I liked your CD. I'm gonna pass it on to Mike Lord, and we'll see what happens.
Oh man, that's tough.
So then like a week later, I got a call from Lord, and we kind of just started working from there. He's like, I don't know, to this day, I don't know why they
That tape
brought
must have
me
been
in.
heavy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It must have been a hard tape,
I don't know.
Clyde.
There was like
You
one
still
or
got it?
yeah, there was like one or two like okay things on there, but like
Did he record any of them?
yeah, they never came out, but
Right. But I mean,
yeah.
it must have been a hard tape, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was probably like 30 beats on it or something absurd.
Gosh almighty.
Because you don't know how to move. I didn't know how to.
Right.
I didn't know what I was doing back then.
And this is like I know come on, man. Like I know people dropping shit off at the radio station every day.
Yeah.
know
So
what I'm saying?
that meant a lot to me. Just that Law even like listened to it and like called me and like gave me his phone number. Like,
So that's how you
crazy.
and Mike Lord. That's how y'all got started. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah, that was like and then when we started recording, like that was the first time I had ever been in a studio of any kind. Really, I mean, I'd been in like people's homes.
Where did they record at?
The Cut.
Oh, okay, right over
Off
Cleveland.
of- yeah.
Okay. Shout out to the Desperados.
Yeah, shout out Desperados. Yeah, man.
for sure.
Yeah. So that's where I met. Yeah, Desperados. I met a lot of people out of there.
Yeah, they kept it.
I met DMP there actually for the first time.
So this.
I met Sick Mike there. Because Sick Mike was like the young dude on the MC side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like the
Okay.
producer, and then because he was like, I don't know if it was like a protege
Right.
mentor thing, but I know Lord was bringing him along. Like he was like, yo, you got it.
So they were doing a lot of work on this side. They were doing. I mean, pretty much most of that stuff was recorded over here.
Yeah, a lot of it. I know that they would like master a lot of stuff over here for
Okay.
sure.
Right.
And like master sound. And all
Right.
that. The time that I was with them was when they were using the Cut all the time they were making like some of Lord's album, but he did this mixtape called Buddha Music. It's still crazy. Like I have it. I don't know if like people now have probably totally forgotten about it, but like there's not stuff up there. There's crazy
almighty.
like IQ beats up there. Like
Who is IQ? I'm not familiar with him. He's from
you
here?
know who he is. IQ. So IQ was a producer that was with Mike Lord and them.
Okay.
And he's from here. He's from the beach.
Right.
And he had done, I think he'd done stuff for like MOP and like a few other like DOS Effects. I think he did some things for. Yeah. So he's got a little bit of history and like he knows everybody from around here.
Right.
He's from that generation. Like,
Okay.
One older than us, basically.
Right.
So, well, now he got his doctorate in like speech pathology, and he's a professor out in LA now.
Well,
But
a lot of big things related to you, close to you, man. God,
yeah,
somebody,
well,
man.
just
Like,
this is just the beginning. Like,
oh yeah, we get.
No, but so he was the I don't know if it was like co-author or like editor of Malice's book.
Okay, for sure.
If you look on the cover, it says like Malice's name, and then the second name is Dr. John Sproul, and that's IQ.
Gosh almighty. Well, he knew what he was on to from the beginning because his name was IQ. So
Yeah,
he already knew he was something else. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
really smart dude. Really like good dude. Like
Word.
those guys showed me so much about.
He still make music?
I think maybe every now and again, but you know he's not. I don't think he's real active.
Yeah, man.
He's got bigger things going on.
I could dig it. You know, once you get to doctorate levels, man, like,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, yeah. So, so then I was hooked in with them, doing stuff with Lord, and then Law was the first person that ever sat me down and showed me how to use the MPC.
Law?
Yeah.
Law made beats?
Yeah, he had an MPC at his crib. I mean, he had so many records.
Right.
His whole house was just filled with records.
Nah, I know Law House had to be like the shit when you talk about vinyl.
Yeah, man. It was like the hallways, like every hallway was lined with records. Up the stairs, like.
Damn, I can't even think of his wife's name right now, man. I'm trying to think of her name, but I know that shit had to be like, yo, this motherfucker. What is his wife's name, man? Oh, I can't remember, but I know that shit had to be crazy. I'm just thinking about it, like, because I wouldn't have known that they was at the crib. So just think about his catalog and it being in the house. I know that shit had to be like, what the fuck? Like,
he had a lot of plaques too, just from like, you know.
Oh yeah, well, you know, at the radio station,
Yeah.
any record they touch. So
yeah. So yeah, he sat me down when I first got my MPC. He sat me down and it was a record I was doing for Lord.
So the CD that you turned into him wasn't even MPC work.
No, it was Fruity Loops.
Okay, gosh, I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
sure.
it was early Fruity Loop stuff. So yeah, like it was a record I was doing for Lord that was pretty much like, it was really simple. It was just like a sample and some drums, and like we needed to kind of tighten it up, and
right.
That's what I brought him the record. And he was like, "Yeah, just come over and I'll show you how to kind of make it better,
right?
Make it sound more professional." And so yeah, he just took me through the whole process, and I mean that was like surreal to me because you know like you gotta understand like I used to when I was like 12, 13 years old and wanting to be a DJ like I'd be recording his show like every night, right? Like as I'm doing my homework, and I used to have like so I'd be on my headphones and like. I had this clock radio, right?
Right.
And the volume, it wasn't a knob. It was like a fader. It would go back and forth, right?
Right.
Like this. And I would like, when I was listening back to the show, I would be like mimicking his hand movements.
Oh man, just through the sound.
Just through listening.
Wow.
Yeah, because DJing you can watch somebody and sort of figure out what it is.
Right. I was nice back in the day.
This is before I even had my turntables. Like I was just thinking about it, so I was like, okay, you must be doing like this. And so I was like, kind of getting the hand motions down. It was real some Mr. Miyagi.
Shit.
It was some
Okay,
real
I'm
Mr.
with you.
Miyagi
I'm with
shit.
you.
So like, yeah, this is like my guy.
Right.
And to have him teach me like how to make beats was like,
nah, that's.
amazing.
I mean, it had to be like, especially back during. I mean, like we just finished talking about who Law was for the town.
You're right.
So, who was that first? Because you work with a few people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, who was that first artist that reached out or that you got in contact with that was like, yo, we'll go? You know what I'm saying?
Well, the first, Lord was like kind of the first one that really like gave me a chance.
Right.
And he was doing things like, I mean, he was signed to Def Jam. Like,
no, definitely. Mike Law was like, definitely.
And so that like, but the first one that came to me, that's kind of who actually came to me, because usually I'm going.
Or it could go that way either way.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying as far as.
Well, my first check ever was Crumb Snatcher. It was with Gangstar.
Right. Shout out to Crumb.
Crumb Snatcher and Styles P was on the record.
Oh man, gosh almighty.
Yeah, that was my first check ever. Shout out to Nottz and Daryl for that.
Oh, they got you in with that one?
Yeah.
Gosh almighty.
It's kind of crazy that you asked that because it takes us to like the very next stage of.
Yeah. Oh, because you haven't even got in. We kind of skipped over it a little bit, but it's a nice segue.
Yeah.
Because we get to, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, Crumb Snatcher, and it has Styles P on it.
Yeah. Gosh. It's called Bang Bang. Remember when Kill Bill came out and everyone had a Bang Bang record?
Right.
I made this beat like 2 years before that. It's a different sample.
It always happens that way.
I know, it was a different sample too. It was a better sample. And the beat came out pretty crazy. And that record, they got the sample clearance, but there was some legal stuff where they couldn't get. It couldn't make the final album.
Right.
And it came out on like every like mixtape, so that was really cool. And it got my name in all the magazines, so like that was like the shit. Like,
no, I mean, I could imagine just being that first record, like, yo, this is bugged out, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that was done. Sloan and Nottz had plugged you in with that, so you had already created the relationship with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how did the relationship with you and Nottz come to be?
All right.
I mean, I know Nottz is in the town, but you know,
Well,
everybody Nottz ain't plugged everybody in the goddamn, you know.
Yeah. Well, again, he was like another one of my heroes. Like,
right.
You know, I was a huge fan of his before, way before I knew him. But so I'm working with Lord one day, and he's giving me the address to the studio we're gonna use.
Okay.
And I'm writing it down on a piece of paper, and I'm like, this is a block away from my house. So I walk there, and it's my man Bradford. I don't know if you know Bradford, but like he does videos and stuff. Like everybody knows this dude. Like
right.
In Norfolk at least. Like
right.
Just knows
You know, I'm not always in the loop, man.
He's one of those guys that just he knows everybody. Like you know him. Like I guarantee you've seen him.
Shout out to Bradford.
Yeah, shout out to Bradford. So it was his like basement studio.
Okay.
So I'm like 19 at the time, I think. And so like he heard my music. He was a little bit of an artist. Like he was kind of working on stuff. So he was like, whoa, like you want to start working? If you want to come use the studio, you know, please do. So we developed a friendship really quickly, and we're still friends now. Like,
right.
Really good dude. And he knew Daryl.
Okay.
Back then, well, still does now, but he had a relationship with Daryl, and I guess Star from DMP heard that beat, the Bang Bang beat. He was over at Bradford's one day and heard it, and like he was the first one that heard it, and was like, he went back to all them and was like, I don't know who the dude is, but there's some like young white dude out in Ghent that like
he got a missile.
Yeah,
he got a motherfucking missile over that bitch.
Yeah, so like all those guys like they were like, who's
everybody wanted to hear that
record.
Like,
yeah. Like he wanted it. Like he wanted the record.
Right.
And I was like, I don't know about it, because I didn't know it at the time. I didn't know until later. Like Bradford told me this, but he was like, I guess Daryl was just like, yeah, bring him by the studio. And I was like, awesome, let's do it. Like shit, like I won't go to meet Nottz. Like
yeah, it's crazy.
So I go up there. I think I didn't have any CDs at the time, or like all my beats were on the.
So you lugged your shit with you?
Yeah.
Gosh almighty.
All my beats were on the zip drives at the time.
Yeah.
I hadn't bounced them out or mixed them. So he like let me bring my MPC with the zip drive up there.
Gosh almighty.
He listened to my beats for like 2 hours. Like that's all.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
That was the first time we met, and he was like, dude, we're gonna get you some work.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I mean, I know that shit had to be some like, cause I know your pocket, you know what I'm saying? And like Nottz is a hip hop guy. Like he's not all that other shit. Like we what is it? We boom bapping, not trap. We not trapping, we boom bapping. I forgot what his little moniker that he runs with on like everything. Like, but he heavy on that goddamn
head nod.
That nod, man. Like you know what I'm saying? So that was your first. So you come through, you playing joints, and that was his first. Like, yo, we gonna get you some. Like,
he was like, well, like he had after the first few, he had like a notepad, legal pad
of joints he didn't already tagged in his mind.
Yeah, well, he's like writing. He's like, yo, what's that one called? And I'll tell him. He write down the name of it. So like,
he's doing all this on your first sit down with him.
yeah.
Nottz Raw, like not, you know what I'm saying, like. The first time you playing beats,
I never met him before.
This is crazy.
Yeah. So he writes down all the names, and after like 2 hours, there's like
Nottz ain't do that with y'all beats, B. He ain't do that with y'all beats, B. He ain't do that with y'all beats, B.
And they weren't even that. I mean, they were pretty good, but they were like, you know, this is like 03, 04, like. What was it?
Gosh almighty.
Right. But anyway, like, so there's like 30 beats on it, and like, he was like, give me a CD with all these on it.
Right.
And I guess they just had them there, like, for when artists came through, like.
Gosh.
If I wasn't there, like, cause they gave me like an open invitation, like, come by whenever, just call before, and if there's nothing going on, just come, like, bring new stuff with you, like.
They were fucking with you.
Yeah.
Like, this shit was,
Yeah. I mean, they're still family.
I gotta hear this Bang Bang beat, man.
It's on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube.
I'm gonna check this Bang Bang
Yeah.
shit out, man. This shit sound like that shit had the bang bang, like, you know what I mean?
It's okay. It's all right.
And I know, like,
This is what my beats were back then. Really good ideas, not executed that great.
the execution wasn't right.
Yeah. But that was always the thing. It was like,
So they didn't have that. I mean, they probably had the idea of the swing, but it didn't.
it wasn't the right drums. It
Right.
wasn't Because like it wasn't the right pattern. It wasn't, you know what I mean? Just little stuff.
Right.
It makes a big difference.
But you had that right sample.
Yeah.
Your chop game was always ill.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
Well, I mean, it developed over the years. But
but
like, I mean,
you always had an ear for the right samples.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And that's a credit to like Law, like RZA, Nottz for sure. Prince Paul, people like that. Like just knowing those guys taught me like to know what's a good sample, but more importantly, what's not. You know what I mean? Like what's not going to work.
You mean through listening to the music they put out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were about to tell me RZA was shooting.
Oh, no.
With the NPC. Like,
That would have changed the
you know what I'm saying?
No.
Oh, like, oh shit. Like, you know what I mean?
No.
Come up with questions fast.
No, I never met RZA before.
Right.
No. Just by studying like what those guys did.
Right.
Yeah. They kind of it molded my
Definitely.
my ear.
RZA's sample ear was crazy. Like RZA's his drums be real sloppy a lot, and he get away with a lot of shit. But it's because his sample.
The sample's so crazy. A lot of those beats don't even have drums in them.
Yeah, that type shit. Like RZA got away with murder. Like, but you can't call it murder because it was crazy. It was like, yo, Andy created an entirely whole wave. Like, you know what I'm saying? I made a meme last night. Like I don't even do the meme making shit. Like, but I was watching a interview with the Wu, and it was like I think it was like Master Killer, RZA and Mathematic, who I guess is doing this whole Wu-Tang album. And RZA was talking about, he was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like people spend $300 on headphones, but they won't buy the music that they listen to them with. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, that's ill. You know what I mean? And literally, I made a meme off that bitch. Like, that shit been getting shared all day. I was like, yo, that shit might go viral. Like, they don't even know I stole that info from RZA. Like, that wasn't my thinking. Like, I didn't come up with that. But I did come up with the idea for the meme. Like, but yeah, so definitely shout out to RZA. So, okay, you got the
I still have that piece of paper, too.
The piece of paper that Nottz wrote down and everything?
Yeah. Like he wrote his phone number on it and everything.
Oh, man. Like, I
need to frame it.
You was fanboying out.
Yeah.
Like, that was a real moment for you. Like,
I didn't know if it was ever going to happen again. Like, I just was like, all right.
Nah, this is ill. Is she like, you know, sometimes Nottz is so accessible that sometimes I think people can actually not realize who they're in the presence of. You know what I'm saying? Like, like that guy ain't just regular. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as much as however we revere anybody we revere, whether it's Primo, whether it's RZA, whether it's Dilla, whoever we revere, like, you have to hold him in that same light. You know what I'm saying?
They look at him that
way. They look at him that way, which means I know, like, we're in an era now, like, where people are really big on, like, how successful the music becomes, like, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to how great the music actually is. And that might be attributed to a lot of different things, but when you're talking about hip-hop and what hip-hop really means and great hip-hop music, like, you're hard-pressed to find too many producers that you could actually say represent that more than Nottz does. Like, that's not what, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean, I've had I've been blessed to be around some really, like, even like legendary people in my time doing this. Right. But he's by far the most creative person I've ever been around.
Most creative. I mean,
he's one of those people that, I don't know too many people like this, but like he's doing exactly what God put him on earth to do. For sure. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like people like to, like, with Nottz, it get crazy. I get offended sometimes because, like, people will do something like they'll try and, like, when you're talking about like who's the greatest producer, people will start talking about, well, all he does is hip hop, and I'm like, well, like we don't. He's a hip hop producer,
true,
like, but we don't judge like rock and roll producers like that. Like we don't say, oh, all they make is rock. Like that's the fucking genre of music they make. Like Primo makes hip hop. Like Nottz makes hip hop. Like Dr. Dre makes hip hop. Like this is what they do. Like I don't necessarily feel like they gotta be able to do every genre, because every genre is that's not what they do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you are blessed, if not even blessed, if you choose to, because if you're a producer, you can pretty much do all that shit, like if you wanted to. So if you choose to make pop or you choose to make alternative, or kudos to you. Like that's what's up. And if it's dope, it's dope.
Well, and then don't get it twisted, like he's got those records.
Yeah. But he's not calling nobody trying to shop that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
this isn't me speaking from knowledge. This is just, you know, I'm like, he's a hip hop guy. Like,
well, like, I'm not gonna say names, but like pop people that you might be thinking of, like he's done stuff like for them. Like, you know,
yeah. I mean,
that just hasn't come out, and people ask him for shit.
I mean, because and that's my point. Like, people recognize the great hip hop. Like, Primo's a hip hop producer, but he's done records for
I was just listening to the Christina Aguilera records.
You know what I'm saying? He did a fucking one of Lauryn Hill's biggest records and didn't even put his name on that shit because they added fucking music that he didn't really want on it. Like, this is like, if you hip hop, man, and ain't nothing wrong with just being hip hop. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not the goddamn, you know, the boom bap purist. Like, that ain't. But I recognize, like, if it's crazy hip hop, it's crazy hip hop, and Nottz is one of the illest. But you know,
like all the people that you could name that are, you know, as legendary or more, or like they recognize, like,
and they don't want no smoke.
Right? No.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want no smoke, man. Like nothing. Like, that guy is crazy. Like
here's how I would like. This is how creative he is. Like, if you, let's just say me and him. If you gave me and him the same album, right, to sample, and you said, all right, Clyde, you have a week to take that record and make as many beats as you want out of it, use as many songs. You don't want to
give him a week.
Give him the same record and be like, you got 24 hours and you can only make one beat.
He's still gonna make 20.
His one will be crazier than any of the 10 I come up with.
Yeah, I mean,
he
might use every fucking sample on that bitch in the same
beat.
shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
But it would be flipped in a way that I wouldn't, out of all the ones, I would have never thought of. Man, that's how creative he is. Like,
I've seen him in a beat battle, like, make like 5 beats with the same fucking sample. Like,
sure.
Like, he just does that, and it's like, Nottz is crazy, man. Like, Nottz is fucking, like, I don't like going up that bitch, because I'll be like, yo, you fuck around and sit in here too long, you'll be deaf when you turn 50. Like, Nottz probably,
I'm a little worried about that, actually.
Nottz is probably, like, his sound, like, nobody's shit hits like his, dog. Like, maybe, not even maybe, the only other person is Dre. Like, nobody got that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit punch, man. Like, his fucking kicks are obnoxious.
Yeah.
His snares are fucking, like, why? Like, why? Like, you know what I'm saying? His bass. Yeah, man, Nottz is fucking alien, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. But okay, so back to Clyde. So you get the Crumb Snatcher record rolling, right? And that's Crumb Snatcher and Styles P.
Yeah. So, and
who comes after that? Like, do you immediately start? Is the dream like, oh my God, this shit is rolling super crazy, like, you know what I mean? Like, cause, you know, a lot of producers think, not just producers, artists, anybody trying to get in the entertainment, they think, like, you know what I'm saying? Even when they get their first quote unquote break, they think that it automatically is just gonna, like, they're out of here after that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily always like that. You know, sometimes, I mean, I don't necessarily know of anybody that it works like that for. So maybe you got lucky. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah. No, I definitely didn't feel that. Well, one, because, you know, the check wasn't that big. So.
Right.
the check wasn't, you know, anything that was going to change my life.
Right.
So, but there was a bunch of cool stuff that happened, like that kind of opened my eyes to like, okay, like if I can get some momentum rolling here, like I can really, the things can start happening. Because the record, probably because of the feature, but also, I mean, the beat was pretty good, but probably the feature too made it stand
with
out.
Styles.
Yeah, so like it got my name in like every magazine, like Source, Double XL, like every, because they were all doing reviews on it.
On their record.
Yeah, on Crumb Snatcher's album.
Oh, and that was
because it didn't make the commercial release,
right?
But it made the press release.
Okay,
Which they send out.
Because they couldn't. What they didn't clear the sample or clear
the sample
Styles
got cleared. It was a problem with Styles. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, so, but everybody reviewed it.
Right.
So everyone knew of this song.
This
also,
the Bang Bang.
Yeah.
Gosh almighty.
It made the what was the coolest to me was it made, remember the Source used to have fat tape.
Yeah.
It made fat tape, but then it made the fat tape of the year. Like they had like 12 songs for the whole year, and it made that. I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So that kind of like made me think like, all right, I'm doing the right thing.
Right.
I need to at least like keep going with it.
Right.
So after that, I mean, I was over with Teamster for a little while longer, maybe like 6 months more.
Okay.
But what happened is I left because at the time I was finishing college.
Right.
And like that was something I knew that I
had to do it.
Yeah. I mean, number one, I was too far in to like not finish, but I wanted to finish anyway.
Right.
So I kind of I actually stopped making music for about like 5-6 months.
Okay.
Then.
To finish school up.
Yeah, just to finish school up, just get my mind right, and you know, just kind of regroup.
Right.
And also like during that time, I was trying to sound like Nottz too much, because like I'm around them, so like I'm trying to think, okay, if I want like Daryl to push my music out there, he's got to like it, so it's gotta sound like him, which is not true, but that's what's in my mind.
Right.
So I kind of got frustrated with that, and I was like, why? That's dumb. Like, I shouldn't do that. So I just kind of wanted to just step away, regroup, not even listen to music really for like until I finished school.
Okay.
So that's what I did. So but after I graduated, there was a group that was down with Nottz called Dirty Slang.
Okay, that's Milton.
Yeah.
Milton. Al Sharp.
Yeah.
So
Shouts
tough.
to Al Sharp.
Yeah, Al Sharp for sure.
Tough.
Tough.
In a minute. So anyway, like they needed some beats, and I think I had sent them some stuff maybe like months before or whatever.
Right.
So they like called me and they're like, hey, we want to record these songs. I'm like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
I wasn't even, like I said, I wasn't even really doing anything at the time.
Right.
So we go up to the studio, and it's just some rinky-dink spot up in like, it was damn near connected to Military Circle Mall. I don't even know what it was.
Oh, shit.
It was like almost like a garage.
No one was good for that, boy.
Yeah, Milk tied in.
So,
tied in with everybody.
So, but one of the songs it was sort of like a R&B type vibe, and they were gonna have a singer sing the hook.
Okay.
So they lay their vocals, and so in walks the singer. It's this white guy that I met before. His name is Michael.
Okay.
And like I had met him probably like 3 or 4 years before at a Mike Lord session at the Cut.
Okay.
Ironically enough, it was on a Nottz beat that he was working on. And so this guy Michael did the hook on that.
Okay.
On that song. This song never came out.
Right.
But this is how we met.
Right.
And like.
So you knew him. You had already known him when you came.
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Okay.
I just met him, and then we connected again. I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
I remember you. So he liked the beats.
Because white guys always recognize each other in this hip hop world.
Well, we got to stick together.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay, come on.
Yeah, we got to stick together.
For sure.
Yeah. So he liked the music that he heard. And so
right.
he was like, what are you doing? Like, do you have management, or are you working with anybody?
Right.
I'm like, man, I just kind of stopped for a while, and I explained to him like, what was going on with school and everything.
Right.
But I was like, yeah, I got a CD on me. So we went out to his car. I didn't know him. Like, I knew him just from singing. Like,
right.
He's a super talented dude. Like, sounded like Justin Timberlake. It's just crazy.
And we're not gonna get all the way into it, because you throwing the school around. They don't know you design skyscrapers and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like we ain't even gonna really talk about it though. But they don't know you.
No,
like,
I don't
you
do
know
that. No, I work in electronics.
I thought you was an architect.
No. I work in electronics.
Yo, people be lying.
Wow, that's what's floating around about
Yeah,
me?
you a fucking
I'll be an
architect.
architect. I'll
like
be an
a fucking
architect.
architect. Like, oh, you do electronics? Oh, you're a regular guy, man.
Oh,
You just from West Ghent.
You're an architect until somebody say, hey, can you design this building?
Yeah.
I'll be an architect. Cool.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right. I'm glad I found that out. That's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway.
See the kind of jobs they get to white guys, man? They get to white guys the crazy jobs, man. They be like, he's an architect.
Yeah.
God, that shit crazy.
I'm ruining my mystique right now.
Yeah, you damn, I got to do better homework, man.
But anyway, so he heard the music and he was like kind of blown away. He's like, dude, if you're not doing anything, like, come to the studio I work out of. And I've been doing it a while at that point. And I was like,
This is not at the studio y'all were at.
No.
Yeah, this is. Okay.
This is like in his car, like.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He knew it was some like a rinky-dink thing.
Right,
too. It was
right.
like, I think actually what happened was he was like, dude, we can't do this here. Like, let's pack this up, move this whole thing to my man's spot out at the beach.
Okay.
It's professional. We'll get you a good price.
Right.
Yeah, like we kind
of. So where'd y'all end up going?
So the studio, I forgot if it had a name or not, but it was off of Lynn Haven Parkway, kind of by the mall, like that McDonald's is before when you get off of 264.
Yeah.
Okay.
McDonald's. It's like an office area back there.
Right.
It's like incredible studio.
Oh yeah, there's been a few joints back there.
I don't even know if it was like commercially.
Right.
Or anything.
Right. Okay.
But so I didn't know Michael's like musical background, and
Right.
I didn't know like what he was working on at the time. So this guy Michael convinced me to come to the studio and meet the guy who he was signed to,
Right.
who's named Bo McKenzie.
Okay.
He goes by like 88 Fingers, and he's got a couple of different.
Oh, okay.
names.
Yeah.
He's a keyboard
Yeah.
player.
Yeah.
He's on tour with Blackstreet right now.
Yeah. Definitely.
He's got a Grammy. Like,
I think that
serious.
studio was might have been Chauncey's.
I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking of, but
He was over
that's
there?
a different spot.
Okay, but over in that same area?
No, Chauncey's is in Hampton.
No. But he had a spot over.
Oh, maybe he did. I don't know.
Down Lynn Haven.
Maybe he did. Maybe
Yeah. He did.
So they're cousins.
Okay, so yeah. They probably was over there for a while then. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they were there for a while. And anyway, I'm trying to line up all the people who I met first. So I didn't know who Bo was. I never heard of him.
Right.
Not once. So they brought me over there, and he wanted to introduce me to Bo because he had a whole stable of like writers and producers over there. I mean, during this time, like he had just did the record he won a Grammy for with Mary Jclyde. Like he's worked with Blackstreet and all these like R&B and Spragg was over there too. My man Spragg.
With the dreads?
Dude,
you running around with the camera?
No. Spragg's,
Oh, okay.
Spragg's a big dude, engineer. He used to work with Teddy. And so he's like the engineer over there.
Right.
And I just played. This is when I was actually starting to be pretty good.
Okay.
This is like 05.
Okay.
Like 06.
Right.
So I was really starting to kind of come into my own and be consistent with it. And I felt pretty confident in my music at this time.
Right.
So like I played it, and like, it's kind of intimidating because like I'm the new guy. I barely know the person that brought me in here.
Right.
And so my stuff's playing, and like there's 2 people in the room at first, and like it's blasting, and then all of a sudden, okay, now there's 4, 5, 6.
Oh yeah, you got
10
some
people.
shit coming out.
Now there's like
speakers.
10 people in the room.
There's shit coming out those speakers.
Yeah, all just like looking around like, well, who's this dude?
Right.
And then Bo walks in, the last one, and he's like, okay. So then after that, we've been rocking ever since. Me and Bo. Like,
right.
After that, he was just like,
Right.
if you want to make some music, like,
right,
come here.
Gosh almighty.
So we've been rocking ever since, and now me and him are. I don't know if you see. I put Boss Men on my.
Yeah, definitely.
videos.
Yeah.
So Boss Men is a production crew that we have now.
Oh, okay.
And it's me, Bo, and Lord Finesse.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's kind of starting to roll out. That's kind of starting to roll out end of this year and next year.
You.
Yeah,
Lord Finesse.
Bo and Bo McKenzie.
And Bo McKenzie.
Yeah, if you don't know, like Bo played on. Bo's done so much stuff, but like he played the organs on Mama Loves Me on Blueprint. Like if you look in the credits, it says organs by Bo. That's him.
Gosh Almighty.
Yeah.
So I think they kept his shit on. Well, because they swapped this because Meek just used that record. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they got a new producer. It's another guy that did it, whatever the way shit is. But I don't think they changed up. They didn't change up anything but maybe the bass. Like
something
I think
like that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So those same organs are still screaming all over that shit. That
Yeah.
record's fucking stupid. But yeah.
So I just started rocking out over there, and that's kind of where I've been since then.
You Lord Finesse. Lord Finesse is always fuck with the production. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he done a. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we know Diamond D is Diamond fucking D. You know what I'm saying? But Lord Finesse was that's ill. Like that's super ill. Like
His catalog is just as ridiculous as almost anybody else's. I mean,
Lord Finesse?
Yeah, you're talking about
yeah.
I mean, he did the last record on Ready to Die. What's it called?
The last record?
The one where he kills himself. Damn.
Oh, Ready to Die.
Yeah.
Oh, Suicidal Thoughts.
Yeah, he did.
No, not Suicidal Thoughts.
It's Suicidal.
Oh yeah. I'm thinking you were talking about I'm thinking Life After Death, but yeah. Suicidal Thoughts. So he did that joint?
Yeah, he did Suicidal Thoughts. He did Come On for Big, which
Come on, motherfucker, come on.
Yeah, he did the original version. Clark Kent did the one that was on the Born Again, but Lord Finesse did the original version.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I heard the original.
I think you can hear it online. But anyway, he did The Message for Dre on Chronic 2001 with Mary. Boom, 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 boom.
No, Lord Finesse definitely he's certified.
Yeah.
Lord Finesse certified.
Yeah.
He was here a lot too. Is that when you
played with him? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he comes down all the time just to work.
He came down twice to the Expression.
To DJ, yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Lord Finesse, man. He was a good guy.
That was the DITC pull in. Because you had a relationship with Lord Finesse.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. That record, the record you're talking about, Digging Number, which came out last year with OC, AG, and Fat Joe.
That was a tough album though.
Produced by Jclyde.
Produced by motherfucking Jclyde. That was I love those elements. I love when artists that I grew up on say fuck it and still keep going.
Yeah.
Because I think people that music isn't gone. Like the people that love that music growing up still love it. They just don't have access to it as much because there's a lot of them are still plugged into the radio. So they cry about, we need hip. I'm like, nah, hip hop you just gotta dig a little. Like you gotta think about who you liked and go see what the fuck they're doing right now. Like, you know what I mean?
And I was just talking about this. He just got back. Finesse just got back from a tour in Europe with DITC.
And that shit is
dude. They were rocking out. They were doing a festival.
Yeah, that shit
it's like 50,000 people out there rocking.
Yeah, man, that shit is still big overseas. Like shit is fucking.
And he tours all year round.
Yeah, that's what they all do, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just hard for them to make it here. You know what I'm saying? Because we're so trendy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm cool with that. But my thing is like if you in your 30s, the shit you grew up loving, they still make it. It's okay to I like the new shit too. Like I go on Tidal and I might bang out the Future Migos, but I still need that goddamn DITC.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's DITC. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get some Diamond D. I'm gonna get some motherfucking Fat Joe. I'm gonna get some Show and AG.
Yeah. Buck Wild.
Buck fucking Wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what's crazy about Buck? Buck might be the illest. His loops, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
his catalog is ridiculous.
It's super ridiculous. Like he got a young guy I don't know if he's young, but a guy used to gritty tracks. You know what I'm saying? They were always part of his little. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And just the way they run, they'll make a crazy joint, and it might just be a loop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the shit just go. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a Show and AG fan. You know what I'm saying? So AG was one of my favorite rappers in the beginning, and shit so that hip hop is never gonna die. It's gonna always be here. You just gotta go get it. You gotta dig for it. Like if you was a Digging in the Crates fan, you should have that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean that was like a surreal thing for me. Not only because I looked up to those guys, growing up, but I mean the way they did the cover. Of course, I have no input on how they do the cover of the album, but the cover to the album it says DITC in big letters, and then the background of it is everyone that's on the album. So like everyone's name is written on it. So it's like a pattern, yeah. So it's like I swear to God, if you look at the cover, it's like alphabetical, I think. So there's like it's DJ Premier, somebody else, Jclyde, and like pharoahe, like you know what I mean.
That's crazy.
Like my name is on the cover,
right,
with all these dudes.
Yeah, no, this is a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
I was like,
we talking about a legendary crew, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, was Big L part of digging in the crates?
Yeah, absolutely.
Big L was digging in the crates. Like I had to slow down because I didn't want to jump out there. I'm like legendary crew, man. You know what I'm saying? The entire squad, and like that's that. Like I remember when I saw because y'all were. You were. I knew you were excited because you talked about that one for a minute, even before it was. And it was like, yo, it's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a big deal. Like, this is a legendary album, and you hit that joint.
Well, there were two reasons that it meant so much to me. One was because when I was growing up, when I was a teenager, L was my favorite rapper.
Okay, L was definitely one of my favorites.
He was my favorite rapper. So like the fact that the same guy that found him and put him on, like found me and is doing the same thing, that's like just some weird universe thing.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
And also that record that I did, OC and AG were on it for the record was kind of old by the time. So by the time they started doing this album, it was like when Joe first dropped the All the Way Up.
Okay.
So they had all this momentum and like Joe came back into the fold.
Right.
So they kind of had some records in the stash already, and this was one of them. So the original demo was OC and AG just by themselves. But the cool thing was they recorded it probably like 2 years prior, and it was one of the last records that was done. They recorded the vocals at D&D, or like it was headquarters at the time, but it was like the old D&D studio.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which that means the world to me is like, because I thought I was gonna be too late. Like,
right.
I wish I had a
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
And like technically,
kind of. You did. You know what I mean? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it showed who's on that record?
OC, AG, and Fat Joe.
So Fat Joe hopped on it after.
Yeah, they had like a demo version. I think they re-recorded the vocals once they decided they wanted to use it for the album. Yeah.
So okay, I'm gonna spin you real quick, right? Because like you're a producer. And I'm sure you're keeping up with this. I'm with the smoke, you know what I mean? That's what I call it. This is I'm with the smoke tour, you know what I mean?
Right.
What's your thoughts on it?
Or just the Swiss and Timbo?
The Swiss and Timbo.
In particular? So I'm interested to see, number one, what the crowd is like, because I'm assuming that they're going to do this like in a venue. Where
they're supposed to be trying to make it to a venue. Yeah,
I don't know if it's going to be like the Swiss and Just one
was a little different.
Yeah, that's in a room.
Yeah,
and that wasn't. Let's be real. That wasn't a battle. Okay, that was.
Why not?
It was a sound clash. They're playing records that have already been made.
Okay, so they're doing something. They are doing something different with this one. So I'll give you that.
Yeah, like they're making original beats. Like,
right.
You know,
but the only reason they're doing that is because Swiss already shot his load. Like he can't do that again. But if he did, I believe anybody that would have sat up there with Swiss Beats for that original run would have got smoked. Not because he's better, but because nobody got a catalog like Swiss.
Yeah, but see, it's not. I don't think it's really a battle unless you're playing stuff that, like, you can't do songs like that have already been released.
I get it.
Because look, because of who an artist is.
Yeah, but they work with the same artist.
No, but listen, it's about the beats though.
Right, I know. I'm with you.
It's not about the song.
No, I'm with you. But I'm with you. It's definitely that.
And because of who an artist is, they can make a trash beat an amazing song.
So it could be the same artist, one beat trash, one beat fire,
but one record be way bigger than the other.
One record is bigger. Yeah.
So now you're applauding the record. You're not applauding the beat.
Like her lyrics are vocal. Like
yeah, but I don't. And you know what? I was about to say I don't know that was the case, but Swiss Beats was one of those producers that.
Listen, if this is the case, if what you're saying is true, Diddy will blast everybody.
No, because you at least got to make the beat. You at least got to make the beat. You know what I'm saying? Like
now that we know that's a prerequisite.
I'm just saying because I mean that'll you at least got to make the beat, man. Because if you don't make the beat, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so is it about the beat or not?
It's about the beat.
All right, it's about the beat, not the record.
No, but so you trying to you saying Justin lose this? That's what you're trying to say. You're trying to say Just.
I'm saying if it's beat for beat, I don't know. There's not too many people that could hang with Just. Like if they're playing unreleased beats that nobody heard before, it's a different story. It's way different.
Between him and Swiss.
Yeah.
I'll go with that. I will definitely go with that. But like I said, catalog, and that's why I say him and Tim are doing it differently because one, Tim doesn't have an extensive hip hop catalog. Like he's got a lot of records. He don't have a lot of hip hop though. Like he don't got an hour and a half worth of hip hop that you're gonna be like, oh my God. Like he got an hour and a half worth of catalog, but his hip hop shit.
What am I saying? It shouldn't matter anyway. It doesn't matter what his catalog is. They gotta play.
So you didn't enjoy it?
Not really.
Oh my God.
I know their records already.
You didn't enjoy hearing the way it laid out? Like you wanted to hear new beats?
Yeah, but
when you heard about it, you thought it was gonna be fresh beats.
Yeah.
It's because I probably thought the same thing too.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if they were calling it a battle, I'm like, oh, they're gonna play some new stuff. But then it's playing all their records that we already know. Like
yeah, that shit
was. Played one new record, but didn't play the whole thing. Like,
yeah. And even the new record smoked this. Like, listen, and like you say, it's not about the artist. Like, so I get it. I'm with you. Just Blaze is definitely a better. See, that's tricky though, man. It's so tricky. It's tricky, man. It's tricky to say he's a better producer, beat maker than Swiss, but I get why it's said. I understand the dynamics of it. You know what I'm saying? But man, them shits work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Them shits work. Like you know what I mean? They work. Like
so. What I'm interested to see with the Tim and Swiss one is if Tim can match the aggression in Swiss's beats.
That's gonna be hard for him.
Because I think Swiss's way is built more for a battle.
Yeah.
Because of that aggression.
Yeah. He's got energy. He's got dark. Yeah. Like, and Tim's gonna play he's gonna play some amazing shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when I think of his Jay-Z catalog and I think of like where he had the hand claps the first time you heard the clap, and then if it's hot, it's hot, or you're like, God damn, like or the Snoopy joint. Dum, dum, dum. And these beats are crazy. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. The other thing you have to think about though, and this might just be a producer thing, but you have to. There's not going to be an artist to save the music. Correct. Okay, you got the. This is and how it should be. It's a competition for the music.
Have you been listening to Swiss beats he posts? He coming to play a little bit.
Right, but what I'm saying is, let's just say you had never heard the Jigga My beat.
I hate that record. Okay, I hate that beat.
Right, like if he played it in the battle, you'd be like, oh.
The record.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you one of the things. I hated Swiss because Swiss, not only did Swiss beats come with the hook, Swiss beats match the hook. Yeah. Like, so whatever the hook melody was,
Swissy.
That was the melody of the beat. And that shit used to, you know what I'm saying? It used to annoy me like, but.
That's just kind of how I evaluate, like, if a beat,
so you would have
preferred,
preferred to see a Just Blaze. And see, Tim and Swiss, that might not be a good matchup. Like, because sonically they're so Swiss is already getting a bad rap because every beat he uses the same drum run, his same like they killing him and it's like, oh my God. But he's also the underdog because nobody's expecting him to actually be better than Tim. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Tim just has to tap into like
he got to tap into some other shit though.
Yeah,
like,
he's got to go like
he playing all R&B records and he got the girls in the video. Like, nah, that's not gonna do it. That's not gonna do it.
I think he might be doing that on purpose.
I hope so. Like, he's a smart guy. You know what I'm saying? He's from the beach. Like, I hope so. Cause I'm with him. Like, I'm Tim all day. Like, I would have preferred to see that Timbaland and Pharrell, but that's another story. That's what I would have preferred. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I would have preferred to see Just Blaze do a real beat battle with, Nottz.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
High Tech. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bink.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but you know that might have turned into something else
Bink,
anyway.
yeah,
but
the Bink would have been the best one because it would have had more behind it.
that would have turned into something. You know what I'm saying? Like that would have turned into something. Like you know, I'd have been there with him. We'd have fucked around and had to bank him or something. You know what I mean? Like I'd have had that story on my back. Like
You had
yo,
to do it at a neutral site.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know, he had the goggles on and I snatched them shits off his motherfucking head. But look,
What I'm saying is if it's a beat battle, like, it should be about the music standing alone. No artists on it.
you do beat battles?
I have before. I did, like,
You with the
way
smoke?
back. Well, I mean, you mean now?
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like you ain't old. You don't act like you old, man. You're not old. Like
Here's the thing. I mean, yeah, like, I would put my stuff up against anybody. But
right.
like, so beat battle now as opposed to, what, 10, 15 years ago? It's a different, yeah, it's like, there's guys that do that.
Right.
Just, that's their sport.
Right.
And it's a different skill set.
Right, definitely. It's like rap battles. Like you,
Yeah.
Won't you battle? Like, nah, that's not really what I do. Like, you're not gonna be
Yeah.
in my face with spitting and your mama suck my dick and shit. Like,
Yeah,
nah,
yeah.
you're not gonna do that.
Mhm.
That's not the game we playing. Like,
Yeah,
you
it's
know
like a
what I'm
different
saying?
skill set. You kind of
Yeah.
have to, and like you have to learn different things, like
Yeah,
effects and different ways
Yeah.
to spin the record while you're.
yeah. You gotta make it. You gotta entertain. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you gotta entertain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did the I did a I Standard battle
Here.
last year. It was in Richmond.
Okay. How was it?
It was some.
Who was in it with you?
Was it anybody? Well, theirs are different.
Like
Theirs
beat
aren't-
battles are tricky anyway because I watched I watched Bink lose a beat battle
Yeah.
to fucking arsonist.
Yeah.
And then I'm listening, like, and I've always, like, I hate the heat makers, dog. Like, that's not how I like my shit to sound. Like,
I'm 100%.
you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, yo, that's not what soul music supposed. Like,
No.
I've never, like, they take the soul out. I don't know if it's the way they pitch they shit, but whatever they do, they take the soul out of the music. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, that's not,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So, but I watched him lose, and I'm like, yo. And then fucking the record comes out.
He played the Devil in a Blue Dress
The
record
Devil in
at
a-
the battle.
Right, that's the one he lost with that beat. Like that was was Devil in a New Dress, and then fucking
Yeah.
whatever the shit the Heatmaker played, and the judges went with, and I'm like, and then 3 years later we have a name for this beat. It's the Devil in a New Dress. It's the classic Kanye. It might be the best Kanye record we've had in a while if you're talking about hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And just the vibe of it.
Maybe the best Ross verse of his career.
Ross
That's my
got
favorite. I don't know if it's the best, but maybe
Ross
my
got some
favorite.
verses now though.
But
Like,
anyway,
you know, that he got some joints. Like,
Do you notice there was a if you go back and listen, there's like a tambourine in that beat originally on the version he plays at the battle.
I don't even know that I examined it that much.
Yeah.
Like,
There's like a little tambourine in it.
mm.
It's crazy. They changed it a lot.
Yeah, Mike Dean came through and started touching shit. Bink didn't like all that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of touching. Like, leave my shit alone. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, man. So, all right. So, boom. The DITC joint.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned Pharoahe Monch was on that album.
Yeah, he was on there. Yeah.
But you also, you actually worked with Pharoahe Monch. You didn't work with him on that particular
Right.
joint.
Yeah, this was before on his. I did the first song on his second album. It's called Desire. And
On his second album?
on his second album.
So-
His second album's called Desire.
so
I did the first song.
The first album had Simon Says?
Yes.
Okay, so we're after
That was
Simon
on
Says.
Ruckus. That was on
Okay,
Ruckus.
so now we're, okay.
The second album came out didn't come out until 07. Because he had all this label stuff going on.
Okay.
Because he was in the.
Damn.
Yeah,
that
so
long?
he got messed up because he was. Ruckus got bought by, I think it was like MCA or. something.
Right.
So a lot of those artists got tangled up in label stuff forever. So he was like in label limbo forever. He was about to be on Shady for a minute, and then he wound up on SRC, which is Steve Rifkin.
Okay, Steve Rifkin shit,
at
yeah.
Motown.
Right.
When he was at Motown.
Shout out to Gabby. Gabby used to be over there with them. Yeah.
So for his second album, it's called Desire. The first song is called Free, and that's me and Bo did that record. So that was my first major label placement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
And that's motherfucking Pharoahe Monch, man. You know what I mean? Like we talking.
Another. I mean, I had his record cover like on the wall when
Yeah,
I was,
like
when I
come
was
on,
a kid.
man. Even when he was Organized Confusion,
Yeah.
like Pharoahe Monch was one of the best ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when it comes to like the quote unquote technical shit,
Yeah.
you know, like he's one of the best ever.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like Simon Says is one of the hardest records ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so when you start working with artists of that caliber, like it speaks to what you got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Because these are guys that you know, they not just here, you know, looking for a check. Like they make music. They are really passionate about it. They have a real fan base. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's, whatever that record is, I haven't even heard that record, but they know it around the world. Like,
Yeah.
he has a base that's real.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
And people that, I mean, you got to think about, like, he wrote for Diddy. I guarantee you Diddy's heard that record.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, because like they all know each other.
Right,
so, like,
right,
when
right,
somebody
right.
when his new stuff comes out,
Yeah,
like,
it's
yeah,
like,
let me listen to it.
these guys are hip hop. Like, you know, they might be into like high wave of shit, but they're still, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that shit is still that's epic shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a Pharoahe Monch. I'm an advocate for Pharoahe Monch.
And
you know what I'm saying?
that album's crazy. If you like go back and listen to it, it's a really good album.
How many albums has he had so far? I think because I feel like I might have heard that second one. I don't know that.
I think he's got like 5 or 6 now.
Right. I know. I definitely heard the first two.
Yeah.
What was that cover?
It's him and a mummy.
I heard that album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy because I think he used the sample on that album that I ended up using on one of my records. It was like a guitar sample, like hard guitar sample, whatever. But I remember the first time but yeah, that was a crazy Monch album. Like Monch was definitely that guy. Were you a fan?
Hell yeah. Like I said, I had all his records in my crates anyway because I had all the raucous stuff.
Man, you give a lot. You love crates, man. You like when you post your shit and then you shout out who gave you the record that you got sample from.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, damn, like he really be into his shit. Like, you know, motherfuckers don't like giving up their samples. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know, I used to be afraid of that. Like,
yeah.
Well, and I mean, hip hop's secretive like that. You're not supposed to.
Right.
But like, I had a friend of mine that we used to work at his house, and so I'd be like right here, he'd be over here, but he had his records in a room, and I would bring mine in my backpack, but I wouldn't let him see what I had.
Right. Gosh almighty.
And after a while, I was just like, that's dumb. Like, he's not gonna hear it the same way I hear it, and vice versa.
And even if he would do something different.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So I kind of got.
Do you run into a lot of issues? Like what's the clearance game like these days?
Well, the pharoahe record is a good example. So we got paid our fee, but the sample is a Millie Jackson sample. So in order to clear it, they took all the publishing on it.
Oh, so they snatched everything.
Yeah, they snatched everything because I used the music and I used part of her vocal too.
Oh gosh almighty!
So they
wanted all that.
Yeah, they was like,
they ain't want to split nothing. We want it all.
No, but what was neat about that was even with that, like them knowing that, they still liked the record enough to like put it. They're like, all right, we'll put it on. We don't care.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope.
So that meant a lot to me too.
Yeah.
And that verse, one thing, his first verse was what was it? Source used to have rhyme of the month or whatever.
The quotables.
Quotable. Yeah, it was a hip hop quotable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh almighty.
Yeah.
Oh man. And you said it's 06, 07?
It came out in June of 07.
Gosh almighty, he's still on the month. Like, yeah, you a real hip hop head, dog. You love that shit. Like,
yeah.
What do you like? What are you listening to right now, though?
To be honest, not a ton of new stuff. I mean, I'll hear what's on the radio.
Right.
And like, a lot of people don't want to listen to the radio because they say, "Oh, I don't want to."
I really don't listen to radio.
You can take it both ways. Like, I kind of want to know what's going on, but I don't like listen to that stuff. Like, I don't take it into the crib.
Right.
I just kind of like, all right, here's what's going on out here, and then I'm not gonna bring it into my.
So
world.
we ain't coming to a Jclyde fight party at his crib and Future in that joint rocking through the speakers like.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but actually, I have a list of albums that I have to get that I just put in my phone. So here's what I'm about to be listening to in the next like week, because I haven't heard the new Sean P album yet.
That was a good album.
Shout out to Crummy Beats.
Crummy got a few joints up there. Like, yeah, like Crummy came off on that. Like, Virginia's had a lot of work this year because I think Stress hit the Stress was on KRS album this year.
Yeah.
Gate Ross.
Yeah, goddamn. But even I was thinking even like I feel like I don't know if a producer was on a Raekwon album, but he grabbed the young guy, the guy Pure.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. We just linked up too.
Oh, word? Okay,
I got
yeah.
some joints with him already.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. I mean, Gabe Niles got a Coca-Cola commercial.
Gabe is killing them. Gabe is killing them.
Gabe,
Shout out to Gabe. Hey, Gabe, it's okay to respond to me, man. Like, you know, I'm the same guy, man. The same social media guy, man. You know what I mean? Gabe is the fucking man, dog.
He's
like,
hanging out with architects now, man.
Yeah. Gosh almighty. Gabe is fucking. I seen the commercial. I seen him post the Coca-Cola commercial on the joint. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just like this joint. I ain't even going to put a comment because all he's going to do is like it. Like, if he likes it. Like, Gabe's gone, baby. You know what I mean? Shout out to Gabe.
There's a Honda commercial, too. Him and Sonny.
Shout out to fucking Gabe.
And Sonny, too.
I can't wait for him and Sonny to put something out.
It's coming soon. I think it's like right around the corner.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be special. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's going to definitely be special.
So, yeah, like, I'm not really listening to a lot of new stuff. I've got Sean P., Action Bronson just dropped a new album.
I can't get with Action.
Ghostface?
Yeah, I can't do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He good, but I can't get with it. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. And then Apollo Brown and Planet Asia just came out with a new album.
Okay, somebody told me to check that out, and I told him I probably wouldn't.
I haven't heard it yet.
I just, you know what I'm saying?
But because it's
Apollo got hard beats, though. He got hard beats.
Apollo's like one of the dopest.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That nobody really...
You know what happens when I hear Apollo Brown? The first thing I think is Danny Brown. And then, so I automatically get turned away. But then I'm like, no, Apollo makes the beats, though.
They actually do have records together.
I know. That's why I like. So when it's just like, you know, I'm a weirdo guy, like, cause I'm a real big hip hop guy.
Yeah.
But I'm not like I don't like my shit a little different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like Tribe. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like Tribe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just did I did a post the other day where it was like it was just yesterday. That shit got like 360 some fucking people.
I didn't even want to like comment on it because I didn't want the after comment. Like,
oh my god! Like, the shit gets so fucking retarded. Like, cause like it was like Biggie, Nas, Jay, Tupac,
Eminem, and
Rakim, and Eminem, and I'm like, I love everybody on that list. I have more issues with Eminem than I do with anybody else on that list. But I can't act like he don't got more music than fucking Rakim. Like, Rakim got 12 fucking songs that we know. Like, you can't name more than 12 Rakim records.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing, though.
That we readily know. Like.
Okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing about Eminem, is that Eminem's albums have almost zero replay value.
I'll go with that. I'm totally agree.
His albums are like they're like gymnastics. Like they're like a gymnastics competition. You watch it and you're like, wow, like it's like the circus. Like you see him like flip in the air and get shot out of a cannon and do all this crazy shit. But after that, you're like, oh, well, I saw that before.
I'm with you. It's like people that tell me they watch battles over and over again. Like,
yeah, why would you watch it?
No, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I you know, maybe 10 months, maybe a year from now, maybe 2 years from now. But like, I'm not gonna sit there for
it's got to be a classic.
You know what I'm saying?
So Rakim at least has classic records.
Eminem has classic records, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cleaning Out My Closet is a classic record.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Have you heard like his singles though? Like,
no, I get it. Like, those are
if
like.
you hear him in 2017, you're like,
listen,
this record.
He's got a lot of records that if you hear in 2017.
Like, he does a lot of reaching.
Yeah.
But he has so many. Like, he had like. When I think of Eminem, I love introspective Eminem. I'm an introspective artist. So when I think of Eminem, when I think of Cleaning Out My Closet, when I think of fucking The Way I Am, when I think of Stan, when I think of fucking White America, when I think of fucking Toy Soldier, like when I think of Renegade, when I think of Eminem and those records, it's too many of them. It's like he's got like even when we talk about like Bonnie and Clyde 97, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, he's killing Kim. And I'm like, listen, you know, because people will say, oh, he's talking about killing. Like, listen, is it extreme? Sure. But, dog, the execution of it was amazing. Like, he's got his baby on it. I just think he's got more records. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who am I going to, if I had to pop a CD in, who am I listening to? I'm listening to Rakim all day, every day.
Yeah.
But if I had to, like, based off of the amount of catalog, like, it would have to be him. Like I don't. He don't like. He doesn't have a record that I'm familiar with past 89.
Here's the thing about Rakim though.
And I love Rakim. Please don't, because I know this is tantamount to suicide. Like,
Yeah, if you take Rakim's like a Jenga block. If you take out Rakim, all those other ones fall down.
I don't want to subscribe to that. I get it. No, hold on. Let's be clear. If we take out Rakim, we might lose Nas. You know what I'm saying? But when we take out Rakim, like Jay is Big Daddy Kane influence. Like his. No. Rakim. Listen,
Ra changed. So look, like
because the content, when you take a Paid in Full, like the content of what he was giving us at the time, and then his syllable usage was different from what we had been hearing. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but Ra took it from the, like the Jurassic era to the modern era.
No, definitely. He did. That's what I mean. His syllable usage was something we hadn't really dealt with before. We had never seen anything like it.
Well, and just being abstract and like stream of consciousness as opposed to like
definitely
rocking the party and talking
definitely.
about you're a DJ.
But it's still only 11, 12 songs. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's still only 11 or 12 songs. Like, I mean, I feel like catalog has to count. Like, Big can't be the best rapper ever.
I just don't think,
because he don't have enough catalog.
Yeah, I mean, there's an argument for that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's an argument for that.
And that's the only argument I'm
necessarily
using for the Eminem thing. I'm like, yo, he's got more music. Like, he's got more music that is great.
I just don't think his catalog's that great.
His catalog isn't. But Rakim's catalog isn't great.
I mean, his first 3 albums are classics.
No, Paid in Full might be. But I don't even like
Paid in Full, Let the Rhythm Hit Him.
But I don't know that you talking about the songs?
The albums.
I don't know. Like
if you look at the track list on each of the albums, you'll be like, okay, I didn't realize that was on that album.
What I'm saying is I did this. Like, I just did this yesterday. There's like 11, 12 songs all together that I and when I say me, like I know that the world's way bigger than me, right? But I know the records that everybody's gonna know. Like, these are the records everybody's gonna know. Like, you're gonna know Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em. You're gonna know Don't Sweat the Technique. You're gonna know Mahogany. You're gonna know all these records. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then you know the Ledge. You're gonna know that because you know the Juice soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? It's just records you're gonna know.
I just think it says a lot too that, let's say, like DJ B's playing at FM right now, right? And he plays old school stuff all the time, and he plays stuff from the early '90s up until you will never hear an Eminem record in his set. Or anybody's like old school set, like going back. Like, nobody goes back in the crates and digs out the Eminem.
Well, no, but Eminem's biggest flaw was
he was too big, man.
Not even that. The production. He did a lot of his own beats. He, even the ones that Dre did, they were tailor made for Eminem and where they were going with him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So even the records where I'm talking about the content, it's not the best production. Like Renegade is a great record. You know what I'm saying? He don't have a lot of Renegade tracks though. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think Renegade's that good of a beat, but
it's not. But it works. It works because it works. Like, it's you know what I'm saying? It has replay value.
Yeah, I guess, but just because it's on the blueprint.
And it's Jay up
there.
Nah, man, don't do that. Don't do that.
Eminem verse was crazy, no question.
We're gonna act like the Renegade record as a whole.
The record was crazy.
The beat wasn't dope.
No. It was cool. I like it. But if you take Jay off of it and you take it off of Blueprint and you put it on another Eminem album, same beat,
same record,
the replay value will probably be the same as a.
Let me ask you this question: as an artist, producer to artist, do you honestly think, like, Jay had 2 records with M, Renegade and Moment of Clarity,
right?
Do you honestly think, in 1,000 years, of all the beats Jay was hearing, all the dope producers that were doing stuff, would he have picked those beats ever if he didn't know that Eminem produced them?
No. Moment of Clarity definitely wouldn't have made it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like Renegade possibly, but he already had the blueprint for it, like, because Eminem had already.
It was already a song.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But no, Eminem's some of the worst production ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how he, like, and it's crazy because he produced so much of his album. I'm like, his publishing is stupid. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. He got away with all that keyboard shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. Like, but I get it, man. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But he still got more songs. Like, now, are those songs better than the Rakim records? He just has more of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you saying out of that list, you getting rid of Eminem?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Because you're a boom bap guy.
Yeah, I mean, you said, and you were saying it was about the catalog, right?
Well, I made it about the catalog.
Work, you said?
Like, that was what, like, it was just a pic, it was just a meme with the faces.
It wasn't about MC skills or...
One gotta go. No, it was just one gotta go. Who you getting rid of?
No, but didn't you qualify it?
I qualified it, me personally. Like, I made it about catalog. Like,
okay.
My only reason for keeping Eminem was based off of Rakim not having much of a catalog. Biggie doesn't have much of a catalog, but Biggie got 11 records on any one of those albums that everybody's gonna know. He's got he's got a double disc with Life After Death, and everybody knows every song on there. It's classic. You know what I'm saying?
I'll take quality over quantity the whole time.
You jabbing me now. You got me. You got me.
I mean, how many mixtapes does Soulja Boy have?
No, don't do that. Don't do that. We talking Eminem and goddamn. Listen, Rakim is the god, man. Like I feel bad, but I don't know.
It's an interesting question.
It is, definitely. I'm not getting rid of Pop. I'm not getting rid of Jay. I'm not getting rid of Nas. So it's between Rakim, Eminem, and Big. Not getting rid of Big. That's Life After Death and Ready to Die. Yes, Rakim is paid in full. I get it. But I like, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy though. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Like, oh, we so disrespectful to Eminem in hip hop, man. It's partly his fault. Like, it ain't like he's, you know, he does have trash, like complete trash. Like, I get upset when people call him the GOAT. Cause that's when I be like, yo, he don't have a fucking catalog. Yeah. He don't have a fucking catalog.
Yeah, like I said, there's no replay value, so that means a lot to me too. I mean, I can't even tell you the last time I listened to Eminem.
Who's your favorite hip hop group of all time?
A group? Wu-Tang.
Okay, I'm with you. Good. I mean, I was a Boot Camp Click fan.
Sure.
But you know, Wu-Tang, you definitely Wu-Tang. Definitely.
Yeah, I was a Wu-Tang. I was brainwashed. Like, I was so into Wu-Tang, I like missed like Biggie and Pac, because you know, like during that time, you know, it was like shiny suits or underground. Right. So I was on this side, and like I was like, man, if it didn't have something, if it wasn't Wu-Tang or Wu-Tang related, I don't even want to hear it.
That's crazy.
I went through a period like that.
So I had to go back, and then I realized like, whoa, like after I got into production, I was like, man, Life After Death. That's one of the best albums.
Like, it's crazy.
That's one of the best produced albums ever.
How did you get into that? Like, cause we were just talking a minute ago. You were telling me like you had worked with Buck, you had worked with Memphis Bleek. Mm-hmm. Like, I missed somebody.
Who was it? Whoa, shit! It was Buck, Bleek, Sky Zoo.
We're not gonna talk about Sky Zoo.
That's another trigger name for grunge.
It's a trigger. It's a trigger. How did you come into the Buck situation?
So there used to be this website called PMP, which stood for Producer Marketplace.
Yeah, I know that spot.
So basically, it's a site where you sign up and you upload your beats, and it was a place where artists would go and listen to the beats, or label people would go and listen to them. And then, you know, if they like what they heard, they contact you, and you know, you negotiate from there. Right. So I was just a member of that site for a while, and Buck hit me up like
he jumped on something.
Yeah, like so he I did like 3 records with him. This was a while ago. This was like after he had fallen out with 50.
Right.
And like one of them was actually a G Unit diss record.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You got a G Unit diss record.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the records came out pretty good actually. Right. But they didn't come out on albums. They were just like they were on like mixtapes and
right.
You know, you can find them on like YouTube and stuff.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope.
I'd like to work with him again because I think he's really dope. Like,
nah, Buck is dope.
Underrated.
Buck got a classic. His first album was, you know, it's close to a classic. Definitely.
He's underrated for
definitely.
Sure.
I seen him in the studio on something recently on this, like, might have been his gram or something. He was, you know, he might have been coked up. I can't tell. He was very coked up, like, you know what I'm saying? But but Buck is dope as shit though. You know what I mean? And the Memphis Bleek joint. So where did that come from?
Bleek came from. Okay, so what happened? I did some records with Sauce Money. Sauce. This is through working with Bo. Right?
Okay.
So Sauce somehow had linked with Bo, and so he came down here and recorded a bunch of stuff with us. I actually was out of town at the time, like, right. But he had picked the beats already.
Right.
So I think we did 2 records on him, and they were for an album he was working on, but it ended up not coming out.
Okay.
But then, like, I think he recorded the songs in like 2008. Right. And then he put one of them out in like 2010.
Okay.
He put a video out. It's called Sniper Shot, and it's like a promo song, like for the album. I think that's what it is. But like, it's a video. It's like real underground, like low budget. It's like, it was a cool song or whatever. But then he waited until, I want to say it was like 2015 maybe, to put out the other one. And it's a record called Main Event with this Memphis Bleek, Sauce Money, and Wise P from Rangers.
I ain't heard them. I ain't heard neither. Yeah. I ain't heard them names in a while. Yeah, the Rangers.
That's original Rockefeller. Like, that's original.
Yeah, that's original shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So he put that song out, and this is kind of like another thing for any like producers trying to get to the next level. Like, you got to figure out how to connect the dots when something like that happens, and like be outgoing enough to do that. So the record comes out, and it's all over like the blogs and stuff, and it's doing pretty well, like on SoundCloud. And so the record came out, and I immediately Wise P's locked up, I think, still, so I couldn't hit him up. Right. But I immediately like hit up Bleek because I saw he retweeted the record. Okay. So he retweets the record, and then so I grabbed that tweet, and I'm like, hey, I'm the guy that did the beat. You know, if you're working on anything, got some heat. Right. So he's like, yeah, man, just send it to this address. Right. So I sent him some beats, and you know, we got a blazer.
Gosh almighty.
Yeah. So you just have to connect the dots and be proactive. Yeah. Instead of waiting for it to come. I mean, having that record come out, leak, like, I didn't care. Like, it's 7 years old. Like, right. It's not gonna do any good, like, sitting on the shelf. So what do I care about? Right. Now, because it leaked, like, let me use it to my benefit. Right. And now it legitimizes me to this guy. So he probably wouldn't have gave me his email, like, just me coming to him playing Jane. Right. Because like, you just tweeted this record out that you're on. Right. I did that beat. Like. Right. So he's just like, yeah, come on, like, let's do something.
Nah, that's dope. Yeah, that's super dope.
He put his artist Manolo Rose on it.
Yeah. He trying to push him heavy right now.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that turn out.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you probably still shipping joints to him. Like, look, I got
here and there. Yeah. They're not really into the boom bap right now, though.
Yeah, they somewhere else.
They're in the strip club right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, that's Manolo vibe. You know? Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, he can write though. Like, he can do some hooks. I'll tell you that. He's got some catchy hooks. But yeah, that was, you know, it's just all these artists that, like, I used to work with. Like, it just lets you know, like, okay, I'm doing the right thing. Like,
and you did that motherfucking Soul on Fire, baby.
Oh man, Boogie.
Oh my God.
Boogie.
That's the motherfucking record. That's the one, man. Him and, is it Lecrae?
Lecrae, yeah. Shout out to Boogie. I was just we just texted last night about the new album.
Gerald,
yeah.
Listen, that's Soul on Fire.
Yeah, man.
That's the one up there.
Yeah.
Between that and the intro, that I think Point probably did.
Yeah, Point did that.
Those my shits.
Yeah,
like,
thanks,
listen. Lecrae sounds amazing on that record. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. That was one. Like I said, Boogie. When I first heard it, I came through the studio. I'm like, yo, Boogie got one. Boogie got one. Yeah, like, Boogie motherfucker got one. Like, matter of fact, when he performed it at the show, I came to the show specifically to see Lecrae. I'm like, yo, I'm like, soon as like front row,
Yeah.
got my joint out. Like, god damn, like her shit is one I never knew. I was like, damn, that's her. I didn't expect that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, her shit is. What I was gonna say, her shit is real. Her shit is raw. Her shit is authentic. Like, you know what I mean? That shit is crazy. But yeah, man. Shout out to you, Clyde, though, man. You know what I mean? I appreciate you for doing this, man. You know what I'm saying?
Anytime,
like,
man.
you know, this was it was informative for me because, like I told you, outside of like Boogie, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you done did a lot of work with Driver. Shout out to Amir, you know what I mean? Congratulations on the baby, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Little man gonna make you whole, baby. You know what I mean?
Get out of the club, brother.
Yeah, man. out of like, you know what I'm saying? I was familiar with a lot of what you did in the town.
Sick Mike. Shout out to Sick Mike.
Shout out to Sick Mike. Sick Mike got one of the dopest. Listen, the Upper Room put out the 3 best albums to come out from Tidewater this year. Sick Mike, Boogie, and that fucking what's my man name? Billy Mercury.
Oh, Billy Murray. Yeah.
Like I hit up High Life like, yo, y'all boys is over there.
Yeah.
Like salute. Like y'all got that sound coming out, man. Like they got that. Like that shit sounds like it's supposed to sound. And I'm big on how your shit sounds, man. Like if we're gonna be here repping the town, make that shit sound right. Yeah. Like I love everything that's going on out here, but make that shit sound right. Especially if you doing the shit I grew up on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the new shit got different specs and sonics on it anyway, so I can't really always judge it because they do it differently. You know what I'm saying? But if you doing that shit we do, man, make sure that shit sound right, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shout out to Highlight too, because I was really happy when I heard the Boogie record.
Yeah.
I was pretty impressed
with the mixes. Yeah, he definitely put his foot in them joints, man. Like High Life is tough, man. I definitely salute him, man. And shout out to you, man. You know, we're gonna get some work in, man. You know, we've been trying to get it done for a long time. You know what I mean? Like,
look, just so everybody in the 757 knows, grunge has like some heat from Jclyde and had it for a while. So
you definitely sent me some heat. Like I've got joints. Like I tell you, it'd be crazy because like I'm gonna be honest with you all the way. Like I be scared a lot, man. When it comes to like that boom bap shit, I be like, yo, this shit is so hard. Like Nottz is one of those producers. Like I always loved it, but I was like, yo, I don't know how to conquer this shit. Like I'm like, yo, I don't want to get on this bitch and lose. Like I jumped up, like Boogie hit me the other day. He told me I'm gonna be on the DMP album, but I doubt I'm gonna be on that joint. But I did a record with them a few years back, and I don't even really remember it. But I remember the pressure of being in the dirt and a Nottz beat on. I'm like, yo, I got all his instrumentals. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, them shits is. It's like, yo, you gotta really find. And I'm like a, you know, drum movement. Like I'm a talker on music. Like I really. So it's like you gotta rap. So like, yo, I gotta really get back to rapping. You know what I'm saying? But you got a couple joints. Like you got one that I recorded. You got one that I've already like in my mind. I've had a direction for it for like 3 years, and I just ain't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like. I got a lot. You definitely sent me some shit over the years, like.
And I heard the one you did with Boogie too.
Oh yeah. Like he ran me up on the snag with that one. Like I came in, it was like, oh my god, like.
Well, I'm not gonna say who else is on it, but
there's a few people on it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's on it but Boogie.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's on it but Boogie. It was a Boogie record, but Boogie ain't even end up on it. I don't like when I got there, Boogie wasn't on it, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? We gonna definitely get it in for this one, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Before the winter come to fall, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to make this my magnum opus. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know, we're gonna definitely get to it, man. The joint you tagged me in was stupid. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It was stupid. Like, but all your shit be stupid. Like, that'd be the hardest. Like, yo, it's like, well, what do you? It's like, yo, I don't even know what to ask for because all that shit is stupid. Like, and it just hit hard. You know what I'm saying? It all just hit. Like when I heard Soul on Fire. I was like, oh, like that. I was like, I definitely would have done that one the first week it came through. Like that one. And then the way he did it when he Lacreed it, I was like, I definitely would have done that record the exact same way.
That was supposed to be a Lord Finesse record. Yeah. He sent me the sample to chop it up.
Has he heard the record with
Boogie? Yeah. He heard I did the beat for him like maybe 2 years ago. And he was like, yeah, hold that.
I mean, has he heard the Boogie joint? Or you ain't let him hear it. You ain't.
No, he knows. Like he knows.
Right. He knows it's gone.
Yeah. He knows it's gone.
I don't know if he would have did that to it. I don't know. If
Nah.
Like Boogie turned that record into a girl record, dog.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like Boogie.
That threw me off after listening to it for the 5th time. I was so into the record.
I was glad that he did that because a lot of guys don't see it that way.
Nah, Boogie see music. That's why I like him. That's why I fuck with Boogie. Like Boogie was my first favorite rapper in Tidewater, and because he's a visionary.
Well, that's why one of the reasons why Wu-Tang was so brilliant.
Yeah.
Because they made the girl records out of the grimiest beats.
Like you know. What I'm
and
saying?
nobody sees it like that. They're all like, "Oh, that's not a girl record."
Can-May.
Dude, like this could be the craziest girl record ever if you do it right.
Well, yeah, man. Shout out to you, Clyde, man. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks,
This was definitely dope. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get this one up and going. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna goddamn. I'm gonna chop them up in a bunch of segments. And we're gonna goddamn rock and roll, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
OpinionHated podcast. We signing off, man. Make hip hop great again, baby. Shout out to everybody that's been ordering the hats, man. Y'all been showing a lot of love, man. You know, my PayPal's been dinging all week, man. Like, I've been back and forth to the airport, man. I mean, not the airport, to the post office, man. So, salute to y'all, man. Keep doing it, and we out.
All right.